Good morning, London. Hello. It's 3rd of September and it's 1:51 right now. And yeah, I think it's a nice day to start the day, to find a nice trade. And hopefully we can be done before even New York opens, right? So let's get into it. Wasn't feeling too well yesterday, so I took my rest. And so now I'm just going to go into the analysis, and let's take it step by step, and let's see if we can frame a nice trade. Let's get into it. Yes. Here we go. Hope everyone's doing well. So you can see on my screen, I do have a level marked. We're still in a market maker buy model. Are we going to take out a little bit more liquidity on the upside? Technically, we could be done, right? Because we're in a CB. But so I've got a TP at 481-ish. I don't know if it's going to be hit during London. We could move to the downside in London and then later move to the upside. But I do think we're going to go there. That is my my daily objective for today. And when that is hit, I'm just basically done, unless there's really another good trade to be made. But for now, I'm just going to see if my objective, if it's going to work out. So right now we're still in consolidation. But you know what happens after accumulation? We've got a manipulation and then we've got the distribution. So we want to catch that, right? So we're just going to wait for some more information. We're still working ourselves up in yesterday's opening range gap. We did not even get into the last 25% of it, so we're still below that. So let's see if we are going to fill that yesterday's gap during this session, or we're just rejecting from here. What are you doing, Gigi? You go outside. My cats always go wild when I go live for some reason. It's really weird. Yesterday we okay, I'm gonna check this. We're just rejecting from here. Okay. Turn on the mic a little bit louder. Yesterday I was checking my mic sound and it was quite soft. So I would rather have it a little bit too loud than too soft, especially if people are watching it on a laptop that hasn't a lot of sound. So let me know if it's too loud, then I can always adjust it to the downside again. I'd rather have it a little too loud, too soft, because people don't like that. I don't like it either. But anyway, yeah. So I still have my magnet up there. Let me just check. So I don't have any glasses on right now, and I got to the point that I actually need glasses all the time when I'm behind the laptop or reading. I never had that issue. And you do get older, right? So these things start to happen. So I'm a little bit in denial. I'm gonna just try to do it without glasses. My theory today is it's still early here. I was thinking, okay, I maybe just need glasses when I get when it's later in the day, right? When my eyes get tired. No, I don't think that's the case. Or I need to eat more carrots. But anyway, I've got them here in case I really need them. But as for now, I am not going to need them. So let's get into it. We just have to wait a little bit. Why do I want to get on a little bit earlier is because sometimes I have really good moves at 2 a.m. And when I get on at 2, 2:15, 2:30, I already missed that move. And I just want to try to get that move if we have a move at 2 a.m. And because we had so much consolidation now, we might get a nice manipulation move at 2, and then at 2:30 the nice move comes. So I just want to make sure that if there's a possibility that we could that we have it, that we can grab it at 2 already. So last week it happened like 3 times, and then I was always late, and then I didn't want to chase. So that's the purpose of the stream starting earlier. And yeah, just let's see if we can frame anything and hopefully be done before AM session. Because what ICT says in NFP, we actually want to be done before Wednesday. Now, I must be honest, I do have really good trades. Thursday, I had my most losses if I go back in my journals. But on Fridays, there are quite a bit of opportunities again, and even on Wednesdays after AM session. But yeah, let's see if we can get a good trade and be ready before AM session. That would be the best scenario, right? And I still might come on in the PM session just to tape read and stuff like that, because we always learn from that. So what I'm looking at, I still have my calculation for that 481-ish level, which I strongly believe we will get there. Now, I don't know when. It could be a manipulation to the downside first and then a distribution to the upside. It could be in the London session. It could be in the AM session as a manipulation move in a wick. Obviously, I'm hoping we'll get there in this London session. And then we have a nice market maker buy model that is finalized. We could go a little bit higher, but yeah. So hello, I would love to know who's here. If you're shy, I get it. But I would really love to have yeah, to know who's here and chat and see what you're looking at, where you're from. If there's something specific you want me to talk about. Yeah, just curious. So we're still in yesterday's opening range gap, below the 25%. So I'm watching that also very closely. And there's a nice BC, obviously, we are also working our way into. But then again, yeah, like I said, I would like to see a little bit higher. So how's everyone doing? I had to switch off the music because my mic got really bad for some reason. I used 3D cables, so the music went to OBS, but then the mic is really robotic. I would really love some feedback on that as well. If people would like to hear music or just no music, yeah, let me know. But I just want to improve it for you guys. And so 2 a.m. now. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what we're getting at 2 a.m. here. So this black line is midnight. I mark those. This is my TP for today. It's about, yeah, let's say yesterday's. It's between this area here, somewhere here. What I'm watching is this right over here. Is this going to be a manipulation? No, it cannot go here. I mean, sorry, a rejection block. Are we going to reject from here, or are we going to take this liquidity? I am inclined to believe it might be a reaction block first because we haven't gone into it yet, but I could be wrong. Let's see. It's on the 1 minute here. I'm going to bring this back to the 15. Here we go. Now we have a little gap here, right? At 23,276. Look here, right over here. So it has my attention. It's also near yesterday's settlement price. So this level has my attention as well. If we go to the downside, this is important to me now as well on the 15 minute. So mark that on your charts as well. You know, price doesn't do anything else than balances out imbalances and grabs liquidity. So if it will go down to this, if it go further down this, then it has my interest because of this gap on the 15. So in 5 minutes. I think the 2 o'clock might be a nice move to the downside. It's 3+2. No, Gigi. No, Gigi. No, hey, come on. Come on. Gigi. Gigi. Hey, go. I'm sorry, my love, but you cannot do. You can go outside. Okay. It's still consolidating, so I'm just watching. There's no trade yet. This is clearly not making the move that I was hoping it might do at 2 a.m. So we just have to wait. Wait. It's clearly still stuck in the range. And yeah, then we just wait for the manipulation move. And then we can hunt for good trade. Um, let's see. Okay. I think we have to be a little bit more patient. It is making a move to the upside now, but we're at the end of a macro. It's getting into the first presented fair value gap of the midnights after midnight opened. I'm not sure if I mark it all on this chart because I know I've got some feedback that people say you have to have cleaner charts. So on the other hand, I'm like, it's a lot of information that I can see it on my other screens, but we go back up to the event horizon 338. So I changed my colors of my screen. I'm wondering if people like that. So I still want the light background, so I make it gray instead of white. I wonder if that works better for viewers. I think so, because it looks a little bit more softer on the eyes, I guess. And it's still light enough for me. I don't like to have the black background for some reason. But I guess that's all personal preference, right? And what kind of background you have. So why did I not take this trade? It's going up, right? But I would rather catch a bigger move and then sort of such a short move. We can consider it a breaker here. I would like to see a retest, and you see it created a breaker here in the fair value gap. So I would like to see this area to be retested and then take it to the upside. Because now, we could say yes, it's not really we have sort of an inversion, but it's a big gap. I would prefer to see the retest. We call that a unicorn, obviously. So it's now my area of interest for the upside. And so we're still in this consolidation. But I look at 15, I consider this still a consolidation area. And I just don't want to get stuck in, it might be a bit of a move, but then you get like a swing down, or it's just like, it's just not worth it for me. So I'll mark this area, This is my interest for trade for later. I'm still bullish. And I've got my ITP here. Let me get this line and go. Spread line. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, let's see how it behaves. And sometimes in London, you do have to, it can be a little bit, it doesn't always go to the levels that you expect it to be, because it could use those levels later today, obviously. But we're still in a 5-minute in a larger busy. Are we at the midpoint? Yeah, where are we to go? The bodies are above the midpoint. Let me just double check on the screen. Yeah, the bodies went slightly below the midpoint. We are above midnight now. So So yesterday, I did pass an eval. And normally I don't trade my life funds or funded accounts on NFP week. I try not to, but then I was quite surprised by the price action in the morning AM session. Afterwards, I didn't really like the price action. But I've got a new rule and I stick to that. When I pass an eval, I do not trade the funded account the day after. I let it rest for one day. Just gonna let it rest for one day, and yeah, be more, especially NFP week. I'm just more vigilant on, especially larger moves. I just really cut down, and there's a lot of demo trades, and I do use the evaluations, but I don't trade my life anymore, especially not from Wednesday. Maybe Friday again if that price action is good, but we'll see. But I still have to take read, look at the charts, no matter what. That's something I just keep on loving doing, even though I'm not trading or am I in my life funds. I mean, So 217. There's actually quite a bit of traders now, especially the ones that are, most of them don't trade on NFP. They just skip the whole week one, and they just start trading in week two. I do want to have a look at the weekly profile already, because I always do that on, it's already Wednesday. I'm still confused because of we didn't trade on Monday, right? Let me look at the weekly profile. Just don't want to miss a trade just because we have a inversion here. Mark that as well. No, you're not a 15-minute inversion, you're 1 minute. So we have an inversion just above the midnight. Now, let's see. I just want to see how it reacts when it hits 2339. It rejects from there, or if it blasts right through it. My TP is still up here. It's 480, so still room to go for the full move. And coffee. So as long as we're in this consolidation, I'm not interested. I get any FOMO from the move up, but we're still in this area. It's 15-minute consolidation. I'll stay out of that. I was hoping we would get out of it at the 150 macro, but we did not. We did make a move up. So let's see. We still have this breaker here with this value gap. We are in this inverted fair value gap, which is just above the midnight price. So let's see if price wants to stay above that or goes back into that range, into that breaker. See, this wick, we did not go into this wick. This is just at the low of that candle's open. So this wick has not been a rejection profit, but we look bullish. There we go. We are above midnight, so that makes sense. But I just want to see if it blasts through this event horizon. Those are strong liquidity points as well. And especially on Monday and Tuesday, they're basically used all week, but especially when we're in a range. Like yesterday, you could see clearly again that we were ping-ponging between NWalks and event horizons. So let's see what oil price is doing. You see, the event horizon is also basically the top of the consolidation range, right? Stalling, what are you doing? NQ, are you 223? So if you would like to frame a trade, for example, what I would do if I, if it's not week one and I want to scalp, I do that sometimes. I would, it's a breaker and you see it's just running, you have a big candle. You can just, you enter from the breaker already here. You can consider this an inversion and you just here put your stop a little bit at the midpoint and then you stick to the event horizon. It's going over now. Okay. Now, you see how it reacts at the event horizon, right? It could just pass through it, but it could also reject from it. So we just want to see if it's... Now, I'm still bullish, don't get me wrong. But, it's just sometimes hard to frame a good trade with a good... Preferably, I love the breaker retest trades, but sometimes you don't get the opportunity and it just goes through. Now we're still going up. Now we are definitely now I would 357, 360 is a, let me see, 357, is that a trade? Can I take that? What time is it? 2:25, 357. Yeah, I think it would. 360-ish, it's a good level. Just gonna run to that. Let's do a paper. That's good. I need to warm up. Let's start warming up a little bit. 360, still 2 points to go. Yeah, I'm only going to do my paper trading now. Let's do a quick scalp. Actually, should have gone in sooner, but we know where it's going. $357. Yeah, $357 is safe. To 10 points. We can scalp for 10 points. We can do that. That's okay. 57, you need to go low. I want you at 50 if you don't hit that level. Here we go. 227. That don't stop me out. There you go. Go one tick lower. I don't want you to go here. 227. It's really hard to frame a good trade in this area because it starts running even though we are is a macro time, and then actually our macro stops here, right? So then we're outside macro, but then this is a retest outside macro, but consider this like a mitigation block, I guess. Come on, IQ, take go. Oh no. Go to my level, please. So around this time, a very important time is the 33. If it would continue to move up, I get very cautious around 230, but if we continue to move up, I'm going to be out obviously because I'm going to be my TP is hit. But it would continue to the upside. Let me just take it now because I like this price action. Just do that. There we go. Okay. Well, it's just a warm-up trade, guys. Normally I go for the larger distribution moves, but if it will continue up, which I think we're in a strong move, especially at 230, then be cautious at 233. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to do something. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. No, I didn't mention that level, right? 360. So we have the daily open at 380. So let's see if we can make it all the way to there. So again, the move started at 2 a.m. and I'm always hesitant for some reason, but I can go back and try to 280. No, I should not, because we get the rejection block here. So just looking at this one, I'm just going to go to I don't want to miss these moves anymore. Every time I say the same thing, I know at 2 a.m. get the large move. And every time I'm like, oh, waiting for like my proper setup, and it just doesn't work properly. Okay, now we are outside the consolidation zone. Beautiful. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna get some Now, did we have any, let me see, do any S&T with 145 did the 230, 145. Okay, we did have S&T. Okay, I need to mark that on the chart. We have SMT here with so right at this point here, actually it was right over here, there was SMT with ES. So, yeah, like I said before, every time at 2 a.m., I want to catch those moves. And even though it's not the way I like the price action, but every time, you know, when I have my bias, it's already going at 2 a.m. It's already setting the stage. So I'm going to get those moves from the beginning. I'm going to turtle soup them. Because that's why I started the stream 1:45, and I basically still missed it because I missed the S&P. You know, honestly, I missed this. And then I was looking at this brick and I didn't get the retest. But yeah, I'm starting to get used now to this 2 a.m. move. It's always the same. Just have to either the S&T is the most important thing, and then even though it just runs through it, we'll get the retest after the yeah, I guess after 3 o'clock. So this is a good move to catch. So this was the key here, the S&T above midnight. That was extra confirmation. Normally, you get in, and then when you're above midnight, you can just add basically, because it's just the move is bullish, and it wants to get out of the consolidation because of the S&T. We're in consolidation, so yeah, it's high probability it will go out of the consolidation on the other side where you have the S&T. So keep that in mind. Oops. That was my. I don't hope the mic picked my belly up. That was making a lot of noise. Well, anyway. So normally I have all that information on all my charts, SMT, stuff like that, but I try to have less things on my charts. So now I missed the SMT. But it was also like always check the SMT at the whole of the hour. You don't have to have the SMT all the time. Just at the whole, just 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after, because basically that's when the macro runs, and that's the time that you really want to check it. And you can see it here, just check it, and then you can see we had one around this area here, 150-ish. I believe it's between 150 and 2 a.m. And that's the one you need. And that will give you the confidence, especially when you have the candle going up, that the S&T is not going to be invalidated. So, because sometimes NQ obviously, and ES takes out a low, NQ could always follow. But when you see a wick like this, it's a valid S&T, then you can just enter your long. Yeah. Now I got out. Where did I get out? I took it to the S&T was really a mistake on my end, to be honest. Yeah, I went out at 357, right? That was my exit. Yeah, I took it at 357. Not too bad. Okay. I just took a small scalp for, what was it, 20 or 15 points? But it could have been, if I would have seen the S&T, I was likely just to have gotten in just above midnight. This would have been my trade then. I would still get out at this 357-ish level where I got out. So that would be my trade then. Next time, you'll catch me doing it next time, because now I'm getting, I haven't traded London for a long time. And it just trades a little bit, I like it, but it just trades a little bit differently than AM and PM session. So now I still have my bias. I still have my TP here, but I really want a good entry. It's my TP, the red line. But I want a very, very strong entry. I want a retest of something, and then I'm going to attack that level really. It might be in the AM session or pre-market, or maybe even in London, but we'll see. Yeah. So my goal is, if I have a TP like that, which is so strong, and I really have high conviction for it, imagine that I would have gotten in here, and then I would have added one contract here. I would take one off here, and then let the other one run. Obviously, I would trail my now trailing the stop would be a little bit. I would be a little bit hesitant because I just at some point go below the. Now, when would price go below the midnight again? Are we going to get a trend day? Could be. Then we might not see London the whole day. But then, if London gets revisited, it will be somewhere in pre-market session normally. It doesn't do it during London. Yeah, during London. We're in London right now. And if it does, we turn bearish again. I want to look at the weekly profile. Hold on. I want to see if I get. Normally I do that before I get on. Let me have a look. What can we expect from the weekly profile? Let's go to the daily here. What do we have? Now, technically, we didn't have a Monday. So on the daily, it doesn't represent a Monday, but we do have a Tuesday low. So let's see what Wednesday. We don't have enough. I don't have enough data to really frame a good weekly profile because of the half day that we had. This daily candle, we are getting above the midpoint of yesterday's daily candle, and so we are just exactly at the midpoint of the body of the daily candle, not the full candle with the wicks, but just the body. If it would turn bullish, we have to get above that point, right? We have to get above that black candle above the midpoint. If it would have a continuation to the downside, then we want to stay below that 50%. So let's see. So that level is 375. So for London, if I look at the daily, yesterday we have created a large wick. I would love to see manipulate into that wick and then go back up. 159, 209, 209. I'm going to write these levels down. So let's see if we do get over that daily juicy black body candle on the midpoint. As you can see, we are getting it back into consolidation. So that does make sense, right? We're into a wick here as well, which is a rejection block. Yeah, so it's 372. 209. Wow, that's really low. That's right over here. Okay, there we go. We're getting a move to the downside, which I like to see. We're in a macro, but let's see. We can divide the macros in half, right? We can have a down move in the first part of the macro, and then we can get an up move in the second part of the macro. See, bringing it all the way into this area. Here's my meditation. Now look at this. Doesn't it look beautiful? And I guess this was my TP, right? No, my TP is even higher. 4180. So I expect it to go to the midpoint of this and walk on the day. But obviously, when we make it to this area, we'll probably have a nice rejection as well. Okay, now let's start hunt for a trade. So we're in a beautiful, beautiful area now. Just have to make sure that we don't get stuck into a retracement. If we do get a retracement now, that will be a nice level to go now from here to 23 to 80, 280. So that will be a 70-point move. I think I'm getting interested now. Are we going down to 23, 280? I think I'm going to frame a trade here, 254. Yeah. I'm just going to get, it's my stop. Paper trade still, guys, don't worry. And TP. Put it here. I think we're going lower though, but so that means it's going to go back into the range below midnight. So this was clearly the manipulation move, right? Well, not clearly. I'm going to rephrase that. I think it was the manipulation. I could be wrong. Because if we have a continuation, it's not the manipulation. Then this was the manipulation. So the reason is, if I look at this chart now on the 1 minute, you know, it isn't really a breaker anymore on the 3 or on the 5. So you want to see a clear breaker, you know. So here you don't see anything of a setup for a breaker or something. Yes, you can consider this may be a breaker. So, but it has to go this way. Did we have any retest here? Yeah. I'm just not sure if it's ready to go to the downside now, because it's too early to go past the midnight again. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes because just gonna lower my stop. Just if it invalidates me, because I'm just not sure yet. Just gonna have a smaller stop if it does go above that. Okay, we have a BPR now on the top. That looks promising to the downside. I'm just gonna wait, but I'm sort of like getting very interested in that short. Yeah, 3 o'clock, but no, we could. Oh, I'm hungry. So this is the trade that I'm looking. I just got out. I just want to make some more. This is trade. Let's see. It looks long now again. Two seven. Oh, yeah, we're going up. Ah, that was a wrong judgment call. This is NFP week, so we could easily wick down again and not make the full move to the upside. I did get out of the trade, but I'm still, because this rejection block is sort of like bugging me a little bit. Oh, we did get into it here. Yeah, we just touched 70%, so it's good enough. It's good enough. This little wick did tap into this rejection block, so this is enough plus ST for it to make the move, to continue the move to the upside. It doesn't make any sense to go below the price now at the time, so I just want to wait until 3.3 minutes after 3 o'clock. Like I said, if that gives me a lot of information, and then I might re-enter my long. It doesn't need to go. There's no reason for it to go down. We have a retest of the fair value gap. We have S&T. Technically, it could be done in this market maker buy model, but and we have more room to the upside, as you can see. Yes. Oh, what I. Sorry. Tired. Some stupid things here. Go to the hourly. Yeah, look, this looks bullish as hell, eh? Pardon my language. Here we go, double top. Is it long? Below the inversion. Now I'm gonna take it over to my TP because it's 481, right? I'm not gonna do that because I'll just divide it in. I just want to take it above this. You see these two here? We had a retest here. Yeah, it's good enough. We're 3:04. Okay, here we go. So this is now my drawn liquidity. There's two equal highs on the 1 hour. Did I calculate it correctly? 384. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Let's go now. I mean, this is a breaker. I don't want it to go below. Actually, my stop can go below this one here, because if it goes below that, that invalidates the trade. So technically, this is the, go a little bit lower. Just give it some extra room. And that this breaker would invalidate it. So we've got the inversion here. We don't have a retest here, so we wait for the break to form. Technically, I would have waited now and get in when it retests this breaker, but because it's just been running without retesting anything, I just got in. It's a very tight stop, 135 to make 600. I think that's a good deal. I already had 2 winning trades, so it's gonna check the. It's okay to stop now. There we go. I walk away and I'm in the red. How is that possible in Q? Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. Okay. So it went below the breaker. Let's see if it. It's typical for this week, right? Happens a lot. It's NFP week. You have to be aware of this. If you go to the downside, I have a apologies. Well, let's just wait again. Let's see. Okay. 2 wins, 1 L. Are we creating trendline liquidity here? Let's see if it's going to make it could be the case. You can see that we're very clearly on the 1 hour. We're going to do this. So what could happen is that it's just wicking right now, going back down into this area, going back up again, going back down, and then take this liquidity and this liquidity and maybe this liquidity. When it does that, it's most of the times, like three, at least you have three of those wicks. So if this is the first one, you might be going down. But then again, I'm sorry, because with the midnight here, just wondering if we would go below midnight. But I do have a short frame up to this level here. So from I was actually short and I took an L because I thought it was back up. Right? I had a short from here to 281. Was it 281? Just want more information before I enter another trade. Yeah, gets more. I do get inclined to think that it's going to go to that level, 280ish. It goes down. It's actually 15-minute break. So there is a 15. If you go to the 15-minute, but we can consider it being a retest at 23.30, right? So still bullish. Still bullish, but if we get a move down, it's just a retrace and some more retesting. It's good. But last Friday, when we had this beautiful on the left side of the curve, we had all this liquidity and didn't take it out. It went down on Thursday actually already. That was actually a little bit of a surprise to me. I could do the same again today, that it just doesn't take out the liquidity that's all the way on the left, which is also beautiful trendline liquidity. And we've got the daily open above us at 23.382. Yeah, well, we just have to wait. We'll be patient. We're going to be patient. We're just going to go for A plus steps, right? I'm going to go for B plus, C plus. I had a couple of B plus now, so it's not only going to be. We're still below the 25% of yesterday's opening range gap. So when we opened yesterday at 9:30, we went up just above 1/3, and then we went in, and then we start moving our way back up into that opening range around noon, and we went all the way up, but we didn't get higher we didn't go over the 25%. So we still have a quarter open, a little bit more than a quarter open. So that's also significant. That sort of like also is sort of like telling me right now, okay, we're not ready to go up yet to make that move to the upside. So let's see. And as it's NFP week, we get a lot of manipulation, time distortion. We have to be aware of that. And I'm just hoping that we wouldn't have that in London. You know, sometimes you just have these smoother moves in London on NFP weeks, especially on Wednesday. But on the other hand, if we have it now and we're still basically in consolidation, we might get a good AM session or pre-market. So, you know, there's always a pro to that. If it's not nice now, we know, you know, we'll be rewarded for just waiting. And yeah, there's a lot of wind behind me, as you can see. So it's a lot of wind. So yeah, I think it's creating some trendline liquidity. So that's why I actually got into a short here, but I was too early because it made another move up. Right, it went to this wick, which is working as a rejection block. Am I correct, or did it not go into this wick? Okay, so you see this wick, it did not go into the wick. So that tells me that it might get back up there into that wick, then go down back again. I love wicks. Wicks tell you so much. And especially I use the rejection block a lot because that really helps me frame the trade. So once you have a 15-minute large wick and it rejects from the midpoint, for example, and it goes back up and then it goes down, then that wick becomes liquidity, right? So so I would like to see either it just goes over this wick or it rejects in this wick. This is just a 1-minute one, so it's not. See, we didn't go into the wick. We just, like if it would have gone here, for example, the wick, this one, this candle here, then I would be more inclined to get a short, because then you know, okay, it's rejecting from there. We go from internal liquidity to take some external liquidity. But now we did not really do that. Now here we went into this little gap here. You can see this little gap here. So it filled out an imbalance. Just went up, created some more internal liquidity. So equal, we've got equal highs here. So we can expect them move up. So yeah, if you like to trade, if you were to scalp, these are trades you can take, but I'm not really, I'm trying to stay out of that. But you know, you're in a range, you're in the 1-minute range here. And obviously it's going to stay in that range for a little bit now. So let's see where it's going to reject. We have a fair value gap here as well. See, there's a lot of little gaps as well, so that makes it really hard to really read, like, okay, where is it going to reject from? Is it already going to reject from a little gap? Is it going up to this level? Is it going to use, is this balanced now for the time being? So we have, you know, here we have intermediate value. You see this large wick? Yeah. So I had a short here from here to 281-ish. Let me just double check. I might have to re-enter that short. Yeah, that's the so that's yeah, that's basically the settlement price. So and that was at 276, 277. So, and it's also another confluence that I have. So that's the red line. Did I have that on my chart here? That's this red line here. That's my settlement price. Ooh, the wind. A lot of wind. I might blow away, guys. If I blow away, you guys need to call someone in South Africa and tell me to come look for me. Because I've got the ocean very close by. Yeah. I'm getting interested in my short. So if this will be the manipulation move, then we will get a larger move to the downside. 281. Yeah, I want to, if I get in, I don't want to get in too late. Let's see if we can get a small retracement to the upside at 20-ish. And then I'm going to get in and then ride it to this level here. This is going to be my trade if I'm going into a short. Just need a little bit more data. Because we're getting near that inversion. This was a 1-minute breaker, but on the 5-minute there was no break, or 3 minutes, so I don't consider that a valid breaker. So once we are going down, I should have gotten in here. I missed that trade, but it's not a macro. Let's see how it reacts here. Just want to check something out. 381. I still have 40 points to go. This is my trade. I'm annoyed, guys, that I'm... okay, let's see if I can get an entry. I want to get that entry because... Okay, that's midnight, the dashed line. The moment it gets below it, the body, I'm in. Not the best trade, but then we're below an inversion, we're below midnight. The only thing holding this trade to the upside up is, but like I said, it also could just be another wick. But I would rather see it go down first than create another wick. Because we're still in this 1 hour, right? So we're in this 1 hour candle from 3 to 4, and then 4 to 5 can create another wick. So I would want it to go down. Okay, market ordering. 321. It's going to take a very small. Oh no, you're going up. Might be a little bit early, but 2. Okay, this is my trade for now. I'm gonna close the door because otherwise, again, you see how small the stop loss is, 130 to make A65. I had 1L, also 135. Let's see if this one's gonna make it. I'm gonna close the door, otherwise I'm gonna be blown away. Okay, here we go. Now, let's see if it just is gonna work out. I'm still bullish for the day though. If it stops me out, it stops me out. Okay, we're above the midnight again. It's not ready to go. Okay, there we go. See, it created 2 flat bottom candles, so typical NFP week. Sometimes you take a few stabs at a larger trade. Those trades make you like, it's always like 3 to 1 minimum. So you take 2 L's, but then you have a winning trade, and then it makes up for the 2 L's. I'm up technically because I had 2 winning trades already. 2-2 now, so it's 2 L's and 2 winning trades. And I'm still up. But now I'm going to be a little bit more careful because obviously I've been, reading it properly. So I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. So that's why I want to really get those 2 o'clock moves, right? 2 a.m. moves. The ones, that's this one. That's why I started my stream earlier because we had SMT with ES at this time here. So even though I don't really give a good entry, if you have if you look at setup wise, do you have an inversion? It's just a little bit. You need to go to the 15-second or 30-second chart. I didn't do that, but I missed the SMT as well, so that's why I didn't enter. But this was a good entry, and didn't just write it up. Yeah. See, it's just creating liquidity. I really think we're going to have trend line liquidity. We're going to get some wicks in this direction. We are going down to 7 price. But when? A lot of time distortion. That's all to deal with. But it's all good. We don't mind, do we? Anyone in a trade? You know what I really don't like about this wind is that, now it looks like long, right? Oh yeah, we have an inversion here, and yeah, I will be really careful now. With this wind, if I go to the beach, it's just impossible to have a nice walk because you got the sand, and it's just so, it's just horrible. The sand's in your ears and it's everywhere. It's just not comfortable walking around. But we also have a forest behind the beach, so that's a nice area to walk there, and a mangrove area. So I might, I try to have a walk between the sessions because it's daytime here. Yeah. But with this wind, it's just horrible to go to the beach. It's really not fun. I tried it a few times. I was like, oh, I don't mind a bit of wind. Well, I'll tell you, it's really not fun. It really hurts. I mean, it really just, when just when it's really hard wind. Yeah. But anyway, it's a luxury problem, is it? Okay. Now, if we push through this, if we're on the same hourly candle, this one, let's see. If we get over this level, the 364. There we go. I want to see if it goes past this wick. If it does it, if it's going to reject somewhere in this wick. Talk about this wick. Nice wick here. But just be cautious because of this movement. Look how ugly this price action. This was the only move, the 2 o'clock move. I'm gonna be focusing on the 2 a.m. move. It's gonna be my branding for the London session, the 2 a.m. move. Every time. Why are you doing that? Thank you. Is that internet going down? Sad. See that I had a little glitch. I go glitchy, glitchy, glitchy. So look at the price action. Wow, we like that. Now let's watch what's reacting to this trend line and what it's doing in this wick. And if it goes past this wick, we are looking at this wick for rejection. So on the 5 minutes, I'm sorry guys, you see the body did not go over, that got me. See, the body did not go below the midnight, because once it goes below midnight, then you're bearish, but it did not, it was just a wick. So keep that in mind always, like could wick low, and on the 1 minute you can't see that because you have all your bodies going below it, right? But on 5 minutes, now clearly you just see a wick. So it means we're still bullish. Yeah. Okay, now we're in this wick. Let's see what it does. So this is the only thing that keeps me hesitant from entering along now. Like, when are we done creating the trend line liquidity? Like normally you would have I want to see 3 wicks minimum. So are we going to have another retest to the downside, then go up? How many more retests are we going to have before it goes above the line? It's 3:32 now. So we have one. Let's see on 15 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we've got quite a few now. We retested midnight. What else can it retest? Is this it? 333 is coming, guys. An interesting time always. 323, 333. 3 minutes in the macro. So my bearish move is now actually invalidated for the time being. I'm not straight to the downside. I'm not interested in that anymore because of this retest for midnight. The only thing that makes it hard to read. Now let's see. I like this. You see this 15-minute wick. You want to see rejection from that. So you measure it. You'll see me do that a lot. And you see it rejects from. Now you see that the the quarter level is exactly at the event horizon. If it will up without retesting any of this area, I'm not interested. But if the best situation for me, if it will go to the 50% of this wick, reject, and within a macro. So then time and price are aligning. Because you can consider the wick is a gap as well. So if it goes to that, it's considered liquidity, or it's an imbalance that's being balanced by the algo. So So as you can see, the 15-minute candle did not take out, it did take out this candle's high. So now it is highly probable it's going to go into this here. And we are below 50% of this body as well. But let's see. It's NFP week, so anything can happen. You really need to tape read a lot, go into the levels and really dig deeper to frame an A+ setup. And you have to wait much longer on these weeks. Unfortunately now in London as well. Like I said, this was the move, the 2 a.m. again. SMT, time, everything lined up. There's a little scalp in it, but should have had the whole move. 3+2. Okay. Now we want, I'm just going to make this a little bit more because this is now my interest this week. So, you know, even though I took L on this trade, right, it gave so much information. Now we did went into it, but just very little. And you can see it's moving up, but I just don't trust this move at all. Okay, I'm going to tape read until the next macro, so 10 to 4 till 10+4, because my voice is starting to give up a little bit. But I like to watch what's going on, so we'll just stick around for another half an hour at least, yeah. Ooh, are you going over the? There you go. Okay, so, but I'm not buying it. If we go long, let's here on this level. So if it would use the rejection block on the 15, it would have to go into this area here. This is this area, and this is here. So remember, the body is over the trend line, but it's a 15-minute candle, so we still have 7 minutes to go. So it could wick up and then go back into it. So that got me here, right? So I entered the short here, but on the 5 minute, you can see it's just a wick that went below the midnight. So you always have to keep that in mind. A wick is just the manipulation of that candle. So one of my models, my 10-4, works really well because I enter the 10 a.m. prints, and then we have the wick that's formed. The minute it opens, we get a manipulation move, we get a wick. And when it works, you enter in the manipulation move, so in the wick area, before it gets back to the open, and then you write it down to the 4, you write it to the 4 a.m. price. And it works out a couple of times per week, and when it works out, it's just a very safe mechanical trade, and you use the manipulation move of the 10 a.m. candle. There are more models, time models that work in conjunction with each other. So you can see again here that the body's getting low, the 15 minutes, so keep an eye on that. It could blast through it, but I'll be surprised. I think it's just 3:30 now. Do we have London news? Is there any news in London? I think there was something at 4. Let me just double check because that could give them a little spike. Did we have anything in London? Oh, somebody speaks in MPC member Breeden speaks. I have no idea if that's actually could move the chart, to be honest, if that's really significant. I have no idea. It's a speaker. It's yellow. It's a yellow folder new, so I guess not, right? We can disregard that. So we have nothing, no red folder in London, unless I don't know, the person says it's something really weird. Okay, so we're still respecting the trend line. See? Now, would I frame a trade from here to area of the wick? No, not now. It looks very bullish to me. I just don't trust it yet. We're not in a macro. We haven't really. We did have one little wick into that rejection block, so that could be enough, right? This year, but it's really hard to. We're going over that trend line a couple of times now. So you see this little wick here? It just went into it, but it's just really minimal, just 2 ticks or something. But and that's the when you have NFP wick, it just doesn't give you this clear, this algorithmic signatures that are really, really clear. Technically, this could be enough, but it also could not be. It's just you just don't know. But it looks pretty bullish if I look at it. I'm like, yeah, but yeah, I'm not going to take any more L's. I don't want to take any more losses today. I had my 2 goes. Rejection, rejection. This one rejecting this one. This here rejecting this one. These are equal now. I think a lot of people are going long now. I wonder if they're going to be fooled by a large wick to the downside suddenly. Let's see if we can adjust this one here. It's better. $344. Is that large wick coming to the downside? There we go. Are we going now? Oh, it looks so bullish, right? I'm inclined to go long, but I'm just going to be very just careful. And I'm sure if it goes to the upside, it will reject at some point and give me another entry till it hits my TP for the day, and that's here before 82. We have a little gap here on the 15 on the downside, and this is settlement price. So $3.46. A few more minutes. Let's see what the macro is going to do. Either it's going to spike up. Maybe the first part of the macro is going down, and then the second part is going up. So that will be ideal if we go down to that rejection block, and then go up in the second part of the macro. That would be the perfect scenario. But again, see, on days like this as well, it's running outside macro because it can do that, right? It can run whatever do, and then during the macro, it just gets to a point, or at the start of the macro, it takes out the liquidity, and then you get consolidation in the macro, for example. So if you stay strict to your rules and trade the macro times, you miss a lot of trades on days like this because, yeah, you just wait until your macro shows up. Now, like I said, this 2 a.m. trade was the best. SMT time, right up. Okay, 21 minutes. My voice is really giving me a hard time now. So we've got the daily open at 382, 23,381-ish. So it most likely will go up there now. 382. Could be a scalp. 382. Let's take it to 380. See, and then it can reject from this block here. So that is a scenario in the coming macro, the 382 level, which is the daily open. So let's see if it gets there. This is that one. 382. $3.49. Macro is almost starting. Well, the macro technically, some people say you can actually make it from quarter to the hour to a quarter after the hour. Makes sense because you see when it starts running, 3:45, right? 3:46, it already started doing that. I would like to see if we have a move further to the upside to 382. I don't think it will go past 382 because we've got day open there. I would like to see a red candle at the beginning of the macro, just one down close candle. That will give me, it's just going to be 12 points to the upside. 49. Let's see. There we go. I like to see that. That's what I like to see. And I will market order in here if I would take the trade to 382. G. It's still okay. That's exactly what I would like to see. That's an algorithmic signature that it's still going to, that's still going to move up. See, I would have market ordered in this area here. And my stop would just go below the candle here. This is it. This will be mine. But there we go. 382 daily open. That would be my trade if I would have put to in. Yes. I hope someone takes it or has a. It's ready to go. I mean, it's going to take out that daily open. Macro time. And there we go. Almost. 381 is it? 380. Just gonna. I would always if it's 381, I always go one point lower for exit, especially on these days like this. So oh, 377. So it's still 5 more points to go. Yeah, this will be the exit for me. Now on a day like this, I would have chosen my stop already because it's such a small trade, right? It's basically 15 points. So what I would have done if this candle runs, I'd have already been taken out here. I would just trail it straight away. Maybe to this gap here. But I don't care if I get taken out in this area already because it's just a small trade. Because, you know, you don't want to sit through, you don't want to give back your profit. You rather have something, especially when you scalp. It's just, but still going to go there. 380. There you go. Almost. Boom. I hope you took it. Or someone take it. We want to go to this level here. Let's see what time it gets to the level. It's now 54. Is it going to take a couple of minutes? So what it can do in those minutes before it goes there, could go down again. And see, that's what I don't like about these days. So this is what happens on days like this. It doesn't get there in one big candle. It just it's herky jerky and it goes up and down. But But it will get there in this macro, because that's what it does, right? In the macro, it goes to liquidity and or balances out imbalances. So no, we don't have an imbalance here. We only have the daily open. So, but it's sometimes what does happen, it doesn't take it for 1 or 2 points, and then it goes back down and leaves it. But that's why I always put it a little bit below it. But I think it's 81, so I would have put it at 80 or 79. If it's 79, you're already out here. Then you're already done. Well, okay, let's say 3 more ticks. That's annoying. Let's put it down like. I mean, in London, if you have 10 to 12 points on NQ or ES, it's pretty. And how much would it be on ES? Maybe 5 points. I don't know, but it's good enough, right, for London? How much do we need? We shouldn't be greedy. Boom. There we go. Done. That's it. I would have taken that trade, but after 2 hours, it was those trades are you know where it's going. It's a very close window. Um, when you're not sure, so when you have doubt because price action is giving you a hard time, it's just herky jerky, a lot of like price action like this. You just wait for a macro. This was an algorithmic signature that I highly rely on. Then I can just take it from here to here. It's 10, 12 points. With a few other trades, the 2 a.m. was the move again. SMT, we had just overran an inversion here and then ride it up. I just had a little scalp here. Then I had 2 losses. It was 2-2, but I'm still in profit. Yeah, I'm going to give my voice a little bit of rest. I want to thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you soon again. I just need to give my voice rest. And I'll be back today later on. I do want to do the PM session again. And just, if there's no trades, just tape reading and just have fun, I guess. So it's also, I really enjoy doing this, just having fun hanging out with you guys. Okay, so for now, bye-bye, and I hope to see you soon. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope you learned something from it. Bye-bye.